Hi there, Mr. Bowtie here with a Seesaw Pro tip for you. This comes from the idea from Nastasia. Thank you, Nastasia. In one of her activities, we noticed that she has um, her seesaw activity built up, but inside of that seesaw activity, there is a little play button. And when you play it, students can click on that and you hear her voice come up and gives the instructions, which we believe is nice and beneficial for students because they can be right here on the screen, the activity, and hear the teacher's instructions. Why? Because when students click on the view instructions, it covers up a good portion of their screen and it's hard to see. So she has built in a little play button right here for students. So how do we do that? So I'm going to come down to add a page, and you see I already have a page 2 with several little examples that I've been building and playing with. And yes, you can have more than one recording on a page. So I'm going to come down to add a page. Here's page 3. I'm going to come up to a new Google search, and I already did a search for play icon, and I found this nice little play icon here. I'm just going to right click and say copy image, come back to Seesaw, Control V to paste that in. Now, when I'm in Seesaw, one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to grab on this image. I can move it around with the 4 arrows. I can click and just hold that down. I'm going to get that and make that as big as I can. And the bottom, I can maybe bring it down a little bit more if I can. There we go. Make this a bit bigger. And I'll show you why in a second. There we go. It's going to fill that screen up. I'm going to make it wider too. Let's see about that. How's that look? All right. I'm not worried about going over the markers and stuff at the bottom. That's okay. Now, to get that button to work, I'm going to come over to the record button and click on it. It's going to start my recording here in just a second. All right, here are my student instructions. I can tell and describe things that are going on this page or on this activity. And again, I can make more than one recording. When I'm done, click done. And now what it does, it turns this little play icon into an image. And you'll see that because I'm on the 4 little arrows on top, I can click and move it down. And you'll see there's the little circle in the corner. I can click and shrink it. I can bring it down, shrink it down. I can come back and click on the original picture. I can get rid of that. So now you see there's a little play button right there in the middle of my icon. And again, that icon, I made it as big as possible. So now that button looks really nice. If not, you're gonna have a bunch of white borders along the outside or at the top, and it's a little bit harder to see. If I wanna move it from one page to the next, I can just press highlight it, Control C to copy, move it to the page that I want, and press Control V. I can move that wherever I want. Notice these other buttons that I've made in the past, there's a lot of white space on the sides, which kind of gets filled up. I kind of like this bigger, wider idea as I kind of discovered that. There you go. And of course, if I want to come back, I could paste this onto the actual page that my students will be looking at. So they can be following along to my instructions that they listen to and look at the page that they're on. There you go. Pro tip for you, Seesaw. Thanks so much. And of course, when you're done, you are done.